All right, okay, something new for today, bringing you massive value in all types of ways. So, last Sunday morning, 8 a.m., my very first AI employee clocked in by itself. Nobody told it to. It worked for exactly 88 seconds. It did about 2 hours of my work, and then it clocked out. And for the first time ever, I can tell you exactly what that shift costed me. It was about 22 cents. This is my AI payroll. It's wired into my real business dashboard. It tracks every shift, what each one cost me down to the penny for each agent, and what that work would have costed me if I did it myself. And the real return is not the crazy number you'd expect. It's even better because it's honest. Let me show you the whole thing. So if you missed the last video, I had one AI employee. Now I have about 10. This one AI employee that's being tracked for this video that I just added on, the payroll stuff, has one job: research for my content and my business. It does it once a week on a schedule in the cloud. It hands me its findings. I decide what happens. I'm the boss. It's boring on purpose, and I spoke about that in the last video if you want to check it out. But there was one question I could not answer, and it's the question that every single person in the comments should have asked me. What does this thing actually cost? How much time does it save? What is the ROI? Everything that I would need to know, just like a real employee. So right now, nobody shows the bill. From what I've seen, people building out AI employees, even if they're working with a Hermes employee, I have not really seen people show the cost. Right now, the internet is split. One side says AI agents can change everything. The other side says it's all hype and demos. But what I'm seeing from neither side is a bill, the real cost, the real value on one screen. I've been an entrepreneur for about 15 years, and the first rule of any business is know your numbers. If I'm going to use the words AI employee, then I should treat it like an employee. Employees have a payroll. So I built one, a payroll for software. For every agent I build, I'm going to walk you through a real pay stub. So the receipt for the first agent that runs on repeat, essentially, here's the last shift. Sunday, 8 a.m. It clocked in on its own schedule. No computer had to be on for it to run. It runs in the cloud. So it took about 88 seconds to complete. In that time, it went out, did the research, came back with 8 findings, 3 video ideas, ranked them with reasons. What did that cost me? About 22 cents. The shift before it was about 27 cents. So I think the reason the price went down was because I'm working with the agent to get better over time, essentially giving me the right information, trimming out the stuff that I don't need. I think that's what brought the cost down. And over time, I should be able to work with all these agents because I'm tracking the cost to try out different models and to essentially work with the code so that it can run quicker and cheaper. AI pricing is by the amount it reads and writes. One shift is roughly the AI reading about 40 pages of material and writing about 13 pages. That's what a quarter buys about right now with AI for some of the frontier models. And before this, I haven't seen anybody say it in the comments yet. Yes, these are estimates. The dashboard literally labels them estimates. They're computed from the real usage of every run at the real published rates. This is as honest as I know how to make it. So I mean, it's an estimate, but maybe it's off by like 3 or 4 cents. From what I see, like it's very, very close, if not exactly accurate. So now I want to look at the other side of the ledger. The run with the agent versus me doing it myself. So the cost of 22 cents per run really doesn't mean anything by itself. The question is, what is that work actually worth? Before this employee existed, this research was my Sunday. Took about a whole day. And this is before I'm saying LLMs existed. Because an LLM could have done this. It would have just taken me longer to get with each LLM run. If I had done it separately without the agent, I would have had to take the time to give it all the essentially the background information that it needed, and that's going to change over time. So I'm going to have to actually like figure that out each week. So really looking at it, I mean, it would probably take an extra like half hour if I didn't have this agent and I was just using an LLM. But I mean, that adds up every week, even then. So basically, about 2 hours of my time every single week. What I'm looking at is like what this research would have taken, pricing my time at about $25 an hour. I'm pricing this research task at about $50 worth of human work. But look at this part, because this is my favorite part. Those numbers are my assumptions, and they are editable right here on the screen. If you think an hour is worth more, change it. The math updates. And if you think the research would only take you 1 hour, change it. I'm not hiding the assumptions in a spreadsheet somewhere. They're on my pay stub. One more rule that I gave it: a failed run earns 0. If a shift errors out, if an agent does not work the way it's supposed to, the cost still counts and the value doesn't. No participation trophies on this payroll. So here's the last 30 days, everything counted. And there's one main thing to look into this. Essentially, this was just one agent, the first agent working, and $5.49. So the 49 cents is 2 weeks. The $5 is the monthly cost of running that cloud. So essentially, that $5 is going to be broken up by how many ever tasks I'm doing each month. So if I'm having 10 different agents that are each doing a task once a month or once a week, then that's going to be 40. So I'm taking that $5 and I'm breaking that down by like 40 different, agent tasks. But essentially, the last 30 days, these two agents costed $5.49, all in. The database, the search, the email it sends me, all currently on free tiers. So $5.49 is the whole bill. The work it replaced was about $100. That's an 18x return. That's what I can track now. So here's what I want you to notice. If I only counted the runs, $50 of work for a quarter, that's about 200x. 200x is what you'd see in the thumbnail on most channels. I'm not doing that. The honest number, everything counted, is 18x. And you know what? 18x is still incredible. That's crazy ROI for business. That's really good work. I've been in business 15 years. It's very rare to see a business that's doing a 18x ROI return. All right, so always bringing it back to abundance. Think about what just happened here. Knowing a number like this used to take an engineering team and a finance department. I'm just one person. I can't write code, and I have a payroll for software employees built by describing it in plain English. The part that really gets me excited: this payroll is built for a team. When employee number 2 gets hired, it shows up on the same screen, the same math, the same honesty from day one. That's the real unlock. Not that AI is cheap, but that you can absolutely know the numbers, the metrics. And when you know your numbers, you can build with confidence instead of just hype. There's so much room here for everybody. There's enough for everybody. We can all get it. The window is just opening. I feel like this is the start of a big trend. Something big is unfolding, and I'm doubling down on this right now. So here is the main takeaway. Don't treat AI like a magic trick. Treat it like a business. Give it one real job, and then give it a payroll. Track what it costs. Be honest about what it replaces, and let the numbers tell you the truth. If the return is real, you'll see it. If not, you'll see that too. And that's just as valuable. You don't need to be a developer to do any of this, because I'm not one. If you want the exact setup I use to build without writing code, my free Claude Code Starter Kit is linked in the description and pinned in the comments. Go ahead and grab it. And also tell me this in the comments. What is the one task in your week you'd love to see on a payroll like this? I'm going to read every one, give my replies. So as always, give thanks every time. I'll see you in the next one. More abundance.